never did purr.
nighttime, all through the night. He didn't stop 24 hours a day, and that went on for 3.5 months.
My
I
daughter
had
was
my
the same.
sisters. I had my sisters around us, but you know, if I didn't have them, they knew when I was ready for snapping. You were
Yeah.
sleep deprived. You didn't eat. You didn't do anything. Your life was just crying 24/7, 7 days a week.
Exactly, Pearl.
And if
And
I didn't have my sisters and my child, thank the blessed Lord, was like a able-bodied child. He wasn't disabled, nothing. He just had colic. God knows what I would have done. But if I was by myself.
And this is what I'm saying.
No, that's
in
exactly what I'm saying. That's
72
why I
hours
sometimes
last
take
week,
over.
I only
Sometimes
had
come
8
to stay with
hours
me.
sleep.
And yeah, you have family around you. You have help around you. Utilize that.
Diana.
Can I just say as well, though,
Hi, Ange.
it's
I
not
just want to
always
say big up, Matt, and we love single dads around here, Matt.
it's not always that
Thank
easy
you,
to get help.
Sonia.
Matt, you've pulled.
Just wanted to say my piece, love. I'm going to go now, but hungry guy, go and touch some grass. Try not to judge too many people. When you're in your job, have a bit more compassion and think about people who are lost in the system and who have been forgotten about. That's all I've got to say. That's all I wanted to come on and say. Angela, thank you for letting me up, my love.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nana.
I'm going to jump down as well now, Ange. I'm going to jump down now as well. I'm just going to say, like, as last week, I had 8 hours sleep within 72 hours. That is mentally draining, even though I've got to deal with the other so many hours
And
with
big
him.
up to you, by love,
So,
as well, for doing what you're doing.
You know,
Big up to you.
no one knows how they feel. No one knows how they're going to react when you're sleep deprived and you're going through a lot. So you can't judge when there's different circumstances. So you can't sit there and say, "Hungry guy, I would do this," because you're not in that person's shoes.
And I think it's like Pearl said, you have if you have
Bye,
family
everyone.
around you, your
Bye,
friends,
Hungry guy.
you utilize that. Okay, you don't. Everyone's got some form of support around them. You can't be 100% alone.
Not
Okay, there's
everyone.
But
not.
I'm
You can't.
saying I
And if
could
they're
have
not alone,
quite
there's
easily.
professionals. There's
I could have.
services out there. There's charities.
I could
There's
have quite easily been alone, and then what would if I'd have done something then just by getting pushed over the edge? Like, was that my child's fault? Was it my fault?
No,
What
it
was
wasn't
it?
the child's fault at all.
Can I just
Exactly.
quickly say, sorry, because I need to go, but not everyone has that family around them. Also, every neurodivergent child's different. Like my kids, I've got two, one's ADHD, one's non-verbal autism, and I can't leave them with anyone because I'm their safe place. They cannot go with anyone else. If they do, they don't settle, and I've got to go pick them up anyway. And even to go into the hospital to get help for them professionally, there's no help. And if there is, it's months and months and months of waiting lists. And even then, there's still not a lot of help for kids that have got ADHD and autism.
Well, it's this new neurodivergency is a new thing that is like, yeah, people are starting to get knowing more about it, and it's I mean, it's not new, but it is
And
new
people
in a
getting
way.
more
So.
help through that hungry guy.
Sorry,
Did you
Personally,
say
help.
people getting more help?
Hold on. What did you say? Sorry.
I said, are people getting more help?
Well, they're getting more help because it's starting to be a bit more recognized now.
Well,
And the thing is, when we say
What would
help,
be what would be the solution anyway? To what kind of help would you require?
that's what exactly, and that's the problem. It's like this is the thing that parents they don't know what kind of help they do need, and it's like you can say sometimes it's respite, sometimes, but the thing is, it's like it's what kind of help are you going? What kind of help is there out there for people?
But
that's a hard
kind
thing
of help would you
because
require, wouldn't it? Would you want somebody to come in
and sometimes
take
I think
over?
as a parent, you do need to be realistic with like what expectations you expect from like services and stuff like that, because sometimes they don't have all the answers. Sometimes it's just, I don't know, sometimes they come naturally to you as a parent. Sometimes you need to make sacrifices in your life as a parent for your child. Sometimes it depends on the situation. So it's just every case is different. But the one thing that I will say, there is a crisis line. Everywhere there's a crisis line. If you're at crisis, okay, call someone. Okay, someone will come out and reach you within seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, and don't think, if they take my child away, that's the end. No, they're just making sure that the child is safe because they're the most important thing in this whole picture. Then when the child is taken away, you get yourself better, and then the child will come back to you. Okay, there's no need for you to snap. There's no need for
Can I
you
ask you,
to.
not Steph, are you here? 'Cause I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
if
yeah.
you've
I
got a
was just
story.
waiting.
I was just going to ask what kind of help would you require for, you know, I don't know if you've got a disabled child.
My oldest son.
So, which Steph are you talking to?
Oh, sorry, not Steph.
Oh, sorry.
Either one.
My oldest son, he's 11. He's got severe ADHD. He has to rely on medication, or he is off the walls. He's 24/7. He doesn't sleep. There's no help adjusting his medication. I've got to phone them constantly to ask for help. There's no any sort of counselling for his anxiety, nothing like that. My youngest son, he's 4. He's just been diagnosed with non-verbal autism literally last week, and they've told me, okay, we'll see you in 2 years' time for the referral for his for ADHD. Now, to me, here's your diagnosis, off you pop. There's no like, oh, here's a website that you can go and maybe speak to someone, or there's this place you can go to for people that have got kids with the same diagnosis. There's none of that.
Yeah.
I just want to say, to add to that, the other Steph, I don't have children, but I've got nephews. I've got 3 nephews who are severely autistic. My sister is also going through the same. And she's had to actually take the children out of school, and she's now homeschooling them because she wasn't even getting help from the school, let alone from doctors and specialists and all of that. But I just come up to say, really, a hungry guy.
Mm.
I know that you said that you help out with your brother and all of this, but massive respect to the mums and the single dads that do it 24/7. I know that you help out with your brother sometimes, but try and do it all the time. Because I've seen my sister go through what she's going through, and she's got a partner, right? But she's at home 24/7 with her children, homeschooling them, chasing up appointments because she hasn't heard back from specialists and doctors and all of this. And one of her sons got lost in the system, and he's now 12, and he's been waiting since he was 3 years old for a diagnosis of what's going on. And I just think that you've got very, very strong opinions, and you're very quick to question people. However, try and do it 24/7.
No, that's true. But then your sister decided to. She chose to look after them 24/7.
She had no.
Why did she get rid of the school? Why did the school?
She's had no choice because my nephews were going to school, and they are severely autistic. They were getting no support. So when they were in class, and autistic children get very overwhelmed, they get very overstimulated. So then when they start to get overstimulated, they then can't control their emotions, and they go into a fight or flight mode. The teachers in that school didn't know how to handle when my nephews were going through episodes with their autism and their ADHD that they've got. So she was getting constant phone calls from the school saying, oh, can you please come collect the 2 boys that go to school? Can you please come and collect them? Like, we can't deal with this. It's really bad on the other children. And it was
But there's
every
specialist
single
schools
day.
that they can go to that are trained in this sort of thing.
No, so it's
No,
so
but
hard to get them in the specialist school. It's so
it is.
hard.
you have to go through an EHCP,
Yeah.
and it's even hard to get that. And a lot of these schools don't have the specialists in the schools to deal with the children that are getting overstimulated and do have special needs as such. And there's not enough schools out there for the amount of children that do unfortunately have these special needs.
You know what? I read about a single woman.
I just think,
She had-
Auntie, I
What?
think.
One sec, let me just finish this.
No,
She
let me
had.
finish. I
No,
think
let me-
you can't hold this live when you've used.
That's rude.
Yeah,
I'm speaking. It's my platform. I was reading about a single woman, and she gave up her child.
Yeah.
She gave up her child who had Down syndrome, and there was
No,
a big
you-
court.
yes,
We kick her out.
Beautiful. You call people spastics. You use that
No,
word.
get rid of her.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I sometimes have trouble trying to disconnect someone. Yeah, and anyway, she's a single female woman who had a Down syndrome child. She gave her child up, and she put her into a specialised kind of place where she thought that was the best place to put her daughter, right? Because obviously the 24-hour care, and not just that, because she felt that's the place where, because she had other children with disability as well. And there was a big court case, I mean, this is in America, from the grandparents who were saying, no, they want the child to live with them. But she said no, because she felt that was the best place for her daughter. What do you think of that she gave her daughter up like that?
I mean, I think personally, I don't have a child with SEND needs, right? I don't. But after seeing my sister with my nephews, I think that it really is, it takes effect on the parents' mental health. But also, if it is affecting the parents and they feel as though they can't give their child the best care because they're also struggling too, then they've got to do what's right for them.
So Pepper loses heard about this story. Can you get in the box?
It's definitely well done. That makes so much sense in what you just said right there.
Are you being sarcastic or?
No. You literally said it. If they don't know what to do for the child, sometimes they need to start thinking about what they can do for themselves. Meaning, fix you and then fix your child. If you can't fix your child, fix you. Because it's you that's a problem. You've got the problem. It's not the child.
Hungry Guy, I've got a step grandson who's severely autistic. He's got ADHD and probably many more problems. He's been in a specialist school from being about 5, and he's just moved over now. He's 11 years old into a secondary school, and there's about 5 or 6 people in his class, and they have to do a 3-to-1 with him because every little bit of danger he can see, he will do. It's just so sad, but his way of communicating is a very, very piercing scream, like it really rings your ears, and that goes on from the minute he walks in till the minute he falls asleep. So he's had services, three care organisations have took him out twice a week for 2 hours, right? And he's been passed from pillar to post. They've now decided that he's out of control. The police have been several times when he's been out and got away from the carers. He's run, and there's nothing left for it. They're basically washing the hands of him. They said he's out of control, and he's just been left now at home. So their parents are super, super stressed. There's nothing else out there. So what do you suggest, Hungry Guy?
So I suggest to that they can't wash their hands they have a duty of care. No matter how difficult or how challenging a child is, the services cannot just discontinue their service because they can't deal with the child. That's not an option. If it is an option for them, then you need to sue them. You need to go above board. You need to go to the regulator and speak to them about whatever this care company
Angie,
is
sorry,
doing.
I'm going to jump down. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Oh,
Good night,
thanks, Bill.
everybody.
See you
Bye.
later. Good night.
Bye.
Honestly, I can categorically tell you there is nothing left, Hungry Guy. No other road to go down.
Can I just add, like, to my comment? Obviously, Hungry Guy, I wasn't saying that the child needs fixing, whatever. My point was
not the child. The parent needs to fix themselves.
Okay, but no, wait. But Angie's obviously asked, what do you think about it in terms of like the mum put her child into somewhere that she thought would be best for her, etc. In my eyes, right, we cannot have an opinion on other people's situation because we are not living in it. And it is nothing to do with the parents' parenting skills. It is nothing to do with that. When we're growing up, we don't get taught how to deal with having a child with special needs or anything like that. So it just all depends on the support that you've got and what you've got behind you in who is there for you, what help you are getting from medical services and all of that. And unfortunately, there isn't much support out there. So the parents have to do what they do, and we cannot judge them for that. Like Matt, for example, big up to you, single dad, and you're doing great. Lorna, that was in the box before, and she spoke about her experiences and all of this. I think I have so much respect, and I think so highly of parents that are doing it all by themselves, but also to them parents that they are in a couple, but it's still challenging.
Of course, it is
There's
going to
no,
be challenging.
yeah, but we can't judge people on how they deal with the situations because we are not in their shoes. If they are looking after their child 24/7, that must be tough.
It is tough, but parenting isn't supposed to be easy. Okay, even
No,
having a normal able-bodied child is not it's not easy. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, okay, no matter whatever you've gone through as a parent, okay, and this is the thing with me, I don't need to be a parent to know exactly what kind of parent I'm going to be. Okay, no matter what I go through, you can bet your bottom dollar. Okay, if I wasn't getting help from the services, I would demand the help. Okay, and if they can't help me, then they need to redirect me to where I can get the help. Normally, if you let's say you can't cope and stuff like that, who comes in? Social services, and then they say you can't cope, we're taking the child away. But hold on, you're the same people that said you can't deal with the child, but yet you're going to take the child away to put him under your care. So do you see what I'm saying here? Sometimes, as parents, I think we need to push a bit further to try and get the help if you do need the help, but then you also need to be realistic about what help do you actually need, because you have to be able to vocalize of what it is that you actually are struggling with. What is it that you're what is it that you want? What is it that you're expecting from the services? Do you see what I mean?
So put it this way. So my eldest nephew, he would often kick off because he couldn't handle his emotions. My sister would often have to call the police and get them out because she was getting no help from healthcare services, and she felt as though her and my other two nephews were in danger. She would call the police on my 12-year-old nephew, right? The police would come out, they would calm him down, they would go. She still was not getting any support from the healthcare services, even though the police had also made a report about it all. She then went to her local MP. What happened then? Still didn't get any support.
Okay, so if the kids are in danger, if there's other siblings that are in danger for this child's behavior, okay, the police can't put him back into the care of people. It
But they
doesn't make.
did.
This is what I'm saying. What people are saying just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, how can they put him back into a place where there's danger? You said the other siblings are in danger of him. They had to call the police out, but yet the police are going to release him back to go back to that environment where they're going to put other kids in danger. You know,
but I'm
police can
telling
get
you,
sued. They can get into trouble.
Okay, but I'm
Can I
telling you
jump in?
from
Can I just jump in?
experience, they
Hunger
do.
Guy, the police can't do anything.
No.
The
I'm not
police
even
cannot do
joking, yeah.
anything. They literally cannot do anything. I'm on both sides here. I have a disabled brother who's had 9 strokes, who is bedridden, who rings us 24/7. Also rings my 83-year-old father 24/7 for what's-its or for some ice cream. I've also got an autistic daughter. Now, I don't know how this has happened, but she has been diagnosed with autism and ADHD within 6 weeks. But she has 9 months to wait for any medication. Now, we were very, very lucky to get her diagnosed in that time. We didn't go through anything private. We were just very lucky. I don't even know how it's happened. A nephew, he's been told he has to wait 4 years for a diagnosis. So
but what is a diagnosis going to do?
Hang on, Hunger Guy. No disrespect for you, but I wish we could all live in your world
Yeah.
and your perception.
Can I ask you a
Doesn't happen
question,
like
though?
that.
Can I ask you a question? Say there was help. Okay, we're going to help you. So what would you want to be done? What would you want?
Well, when my brother, he does get help, and I really have had to fight for it. I mean, I'm on the phone hours and hours a day. He gets 2 carers 3 times a day. He gets the maximum help he can get. But for that, I've literally had to hours and hours and hours on the phone arguing with social
But what if
services.
you've got a child, like, you know, that's living with you? What kind of help would you want to?
So
You wouldn't want to care, so you can have some
the thing
sleep. Or...
with my story was my 3 children. I have got looked after children, so I've adopted my children. And we didn't realise when they were grown up that they had these needs. We just thought they were a bit quirky. They just who they are. But it's only later on in life, they're now in the 20s, that these things have started to affect them. And we've thought, maybe they have got that, maybe they have got that. So we've got them all diagnosed, and they have all got it. And I think there's more help for young adults than there is for children. I
So,
really do think that it's really difficult to diagnose a child.
Okay. Say a child has
Not
been
diagnosed.
diagnosed. Yeah, but say a child has been diagnosed and they're offering you help. What kind of? They're coming to you. What kind of help would you need?
Well,
Like
firstly,
housework being done.
firstly, the school like to say we don't like to label children, so it's really difficult for a school to accept that they need these special needs, that they need this special help. It's very difficult. They like to say we don't want to really label them, and we try and treat them the same. But they'd rather a child be expelled, what it used to be, or kicked out of school and go to a special school than have them on their books.
so
I
That's
don't
what
think
I
that's
think.
true. I don't think that's
I think
true.
it's 100% true, because my friend had two
Hungry guy, you
sons
can't say
who
it's
were
not true. She's going
labelled.
through
No, I
it.
said I don't think that's true. It's an
I'm
opinion.
saying that
that.
it is true. I had a
Can't
friend
say it.
who had two children who were classed as naughty boys and sent to a special school, and were then diagnosed, both of them, with ADHD and autism. But they wouldn't accept that. I have a niece who really struggled at school, and she was she wouldn't go to school and everything else and blah blah blah, and she was on